right. Hink on the hot seat.
Hey, Hank, what do
How you
you
doing?
think is the more prevalent problem in the Black community? Colorism or classism?
Classism.
Expound upon that, please.
Uh, you got some broke motherfuckers hate people who got money.
Is that just in the Black community or is that everywhere?
She's talking about our community, so I
I
assume
said
she.
Black community. That's all I care about is us.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you contribute to? Colorism? Classism? Neither?
I don't contribute to colorism, and I hope I don't contribute to classism because I don't try to down somebody because they broke. I try to help them out, get money. Matter of fact, you can come to the basement tomorrow and learn about crypto and Bitcoin if you like.
I ain't.
That's your loss.
I
Okay.
will.
That's fine. I
Stay
won't.
broke.
Real quick question, Hank.
I ain't
First
broke.
met you a few months ago,
Mhm.
and you were moving your lady to Kentucky, where you're at.
Yes,
Um,
ma'am.
are you guys closer to marriage since she's moved up there? Is there a date set?
Yeah, we close to the marriage.
Is there a date set?
No, not a date set as of yet. But look forward to this summer for some great news.
So how
For
did
the
you know
date.
she was the one?
How did I know she the one?
Mhm.
When she said she's all for one pot. When she said she's willing to move down to Kentucky to get that engagement. When she knew she had a previous family and she was willing to get their family in line in order for me to come in her life. I knew she was the one back in '94 when I met her at college at the cafeteria on Murray State's campus. I knew she was the one because she was real, because she didn't need all that makeup and all that facade and weave and eyelashes to put on that fake shit to put on the show for me. I knew she was the one because she was a classy woman. I knew she was the one because she had long, pretty hair. I knew she was the one because she was respectful. I knew she was the one because she respected me. That's how
Okay.
she was the one.
So,
Go ahead.
If you knew she was
so
the one,
she's
you weren't y'all married yet.
Well, I couldn't marry back in '94. We was
Right.
kids.
But no, now. You know it's 94. You knew she was the one. I knew she was the one. I knew she was the one. I knew she was the one. So why aren't y'all married yet?
30 years. The one.
Well, it hasn't been 30 years, but we're going to get married. That's why I'm telling you in this summer, you'll get the news. We just got reconnected just recently after the 2021. So we just recently got back together, right? You remember I told you I just moved her down here. In order for her to get that engagement, she had to be here. She knew that. And so she wanted what she wanted.
Keisha had a question. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Keisha.
yeah. So is she the mother of your kids?
No, ma'am, she's not.
Okay, but you met her in 1994.
I met her in 1994 in college. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that was before or after your kids?
I was way before my kids, man.
Oh, okay.
In
And
college. I was in college, man. '94 in college. I was in
uh,
college.
so why didn't you have like? So you do have kids with her then?
No, ma'am. I said she's not the mother of my kids, ma'am. So that means I don't have kids with her.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
why is that?
Because I got a vasectomy in 2006, ma'am.
Her kids
Oh, you
grown.
had yeah.
Yes, my kids. My son's my youngest is 18 and he's grown. He's in college. He's a student athlete.
I think what we're getting at is you knew she was the one because of all those reasons, but you both went on to date other people and have children with other people, and now you're circling the.
We both went on. She went on to get married, and I went on to get married. I got divorced in 2016. Well, end of 2015, beginning of 2016 when it was final.
So you got married even though you knew she was the one, but you got married to someone else and had a baby with someone else?
I had a baby by my wife, if that's okay. I mean, I know this uncommon for some of you ladies in the Black community, but I married
Wait a minute.
by my wife. That's what.
Now we're just trying to understand. You went
No,
down there.
I'm just explaining. I'm just explaining. Yeah, I knew she was me, but doesn't mean it was going to happen. It doesn't mean I was going to get the opportunity. I wasn't looking to get married in 94. I was only 18 going on to 19 years old. I was not looking to get married, but doesn't mean I didn't know she was the one. If I had the opportunity to get her in a situation where I could marry her, I was going to do that. And now she's going to be blessed with my last name.
So what was the difference, or what separated your previous wife from your wife today?
What do you mean, what's separated?
So you said that the woman that you're about to marry is the one, was the one, correct?
No, she is, because I'm currently with her. Yes.
Okay. So you got married before.
Yes, I was married
Wasn't
previously. Yes,
why wasn't that woman the one?
it didn't work out
Why not?
because I cheated on her.
Why?
She wasn't the one.
I cheated on her.
She couldn't. She wasn't the one. What was she, just a placeholder? Is that real in the men logic? Is placeholding real? Just
No, I don't think she was, because I wouldn't consider a placeholder. I cheated on her, so she chose not to.
Were you in?
She chose not to continue to be with me because I cheated on her, and I can respect that. I would have did the same thing.
Were you in love when you cheated? Can you be in love and cheat?
I was being selfish when I cheated.
But were you in love?
I was selfish when I cheated.
Were you selfishly in love?
I was selfish
Stop
when I
it.
was.
He's deflecting.
Okay.
No, I'm not deflecting. I'm answering the question.
You didn't answer.
Did you respect her? Do you think you respected her?
No, you say did I love her? Yeah, I loved her,
Did you respect her?
but I cheated on her. No, I disrespected her because I cheated on her.
Okay.
I think I think the nature of the question is, were you in love with your wife when you cheated on her?
No.
Okay, I think that was the nature of the question.
I thought I answered that question.
And to add to that, were you in love with the other woman that you met in 1994 that time. You said?
No. When I first met her, it was back in 94. I was 19.
You could be in love.
She was the one.
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
I was a young man whore at the age of 19.
I had a question.
The one when you met her in 19.
He was, but doesn't mean I was ready to settle down. That's why I told you I wasn't ready to get married in college, like I told Keisha.
So at what point did you recognize that you were ready to get married to the one?
What do you mean? When I realized I was ready to get married again? Well, let me see. In 2016, when I got divorced, I went to a time period where, I didn't believe in marriage anymore. So I had to go to therapy. I went to therapy about a couple of years in order to get my mind right to be open to be married again. So it took a couple of years. But after that, then I realized I am open to do it again, to get back into join the fraternity again. Yes, sir.
So what was your biggest takeaway from therapy? Something you walk with.
The biggest takeaway.
Go ahead.
To be a better communicator.
Is that just in your romantic relationships or across the board? Just period. Just to be a better communicator. Period.
I'm not obligated to communicate with y'all. Y'all are irrelevant to me. Just to my lady.
No, I think she was. No. Wait a minute, Hink. I think she meant across the board with your friends.
Across the board, like professionally.
I think she meant with your friends, not with us.
Yeah, not with us.
No, I said what I said.
Oh.
I'm obligated to communicate great with my lady.
I
don't have to have good communication with other ladies who doesn't belong to me. He's not under my covenant. Who don't have no rights to. Right? I don't owe that to y'all. I owe that to my lady.
No, but Hink, it wasn't about to us lady. I think she meant across the board, even to your friends, to your male counterparts.
Well, no, I'm respectful.
Across the board, I think what she meant.
Well, I think we're talking about two different things now. I'm respectful to everybody I try to deal with, right? But I don't owe you a certain level of communication with you guys. I don't owe that to any woman. That's not.
Why are you saying y'all, Hink? I'm honestly.
Okay. Let me direct it to the person who asked me that question. Ashley, I'm not obligated to have great communications with you, ma'am.
I didn't ask you that though.
I know, I understand, but you said something about my communication and what and all that good stuff.
Let me trail it back for you because I want to make sure that you understand what I'm asking you because it seems like there's a disconnect. I asked you what was your takeaway from therapy? You said
I told you communication.
Hold on. You said to be a better communicator, correct? And then I asked you, does that apply to all domains in your life? Not just romantically. Does it apply professionally? Does it apply with your friends? Does it apply
No.
socially? No?
I said no.
Okay. You just said no.
No, I said it before. That's when I said it doesn't matter with communication with y'all. I said it matters to my lady. That's the whole reason why I was going. I was going to therapy for my communication with my lady, right? To have better communication with the person I'm with. That's why the reason why I did what I did, man.
Okay. All right. We just
so with you, it's irrelevant. With her, it's very important.
Got it.
Miss Polly, do you have a question for Hink?
I did. Thank you.
Miss Polly, how are you? So I got a rule up here. You got your shoulders out and all that. You need like a coat or something.
Okay. I got a coat. I'm always cold. I got sweaters.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
I want them to focus on what you're saying. You feel me?
Oh, yeah. No worries.
Your sound. You must got an Android, huh?
That's all. That's Samsung, and I just got this phone, sir. So bear with me. If it ain't great, I'm sorry.
No, throw that shit against the wall. It might work better.
It's so helpful. I will try. We're gonna get it together. I need more time, but we're gonna get it together.
Yeah, it's kind of clear, but you got a little bit of a double talk.
A double?
Like a reverb a little bit. But ask your question, then mute and Hink can answer.
Okay. I was just gonna ask Hink. Okay, so even it doesn't have to pertain to right in this moment, but would you ever have shared a woman with another gentleman? Well, regardless of how that was, even if it was like you knowing that you're dating someone that maybe has someone else, or whatever the circumstance. That you do.
I think she kind of broke up at the end.
She said, "Would you ever share a woman with another man?"
No, I'm a hog about my woman, so no, I would not share my woman with another man.
Yeah, and then she just said under any circumstance.
No, sir.
But no, right? Okay.
No, sir.
Oh. So I have another question for Hink, but I don't want. Is there another man in the back? A new man? I don't want to hog.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so Hink, back to the communication style. So I want to explore that. Ashley asked about across other facets of your life in your communication. Do you believe that you have healthy communication with other people? Period.
Yes, ma'am.
You do. Okay. How do you resolve conflict?
Well, it depends on who it's with. You know what I'm saying? So if it's with just some random, yeah, I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you because you're not worth it. You're beneath me, so I'm not going to hold a lot of and put a lot of energy into dealing with you. Now, if I'm at work, that's of course that's something different. You got to do what you got to do. But say me and Ashley get into a back and forth, it won't be long.
Yeah, we don't care about rent. It's not about rent. It's more like people. Like when I asked that question, I'm sorry, I should have clarified. It's more about people that are in your circle, right? Okay. So that includes friends, like people you actually care about. They're not random people. How do you engage or navigate conflict resolution?
Well, you got to assess the situation. Hopefully, if it's a volatile situation, you try to put the person that you know this. Hopefully that you have a close and intimate relationship with, you trying to pull them to the side and have a conversation. I may tell you a joke, some corny ass joke, just to try to throw you off a little bit, to maybe bring it down just a little bit, and then try to talk through whatever's going on. That's what I would do.
Do you think you would cheat again on the person who you say is the one?
No, ma'am.
How will you keep this new marriage fresh and alive?
Man, I one good sample allowing us to watch these shows like this and watch how miserable some people are and realize I'm glad we not like this.
Did you answer the question directly? Wait, I don't think that's a direct answer. And you know what? That is kind of like a sidebar right now. A sidebar. Because and it's funny. You're a little bit different tonight. than what I've normally seen on the panel. And do you notice it?
Probably because of the questions.
Are they offensive to you?
No, but some of the ladies and how they've been treating some of these men are.
Tonight?
Yeah, some of the questions are probably a little bit overboard, because if a man asks you some of these same questions, I don't think y'all would take too kindly to these words or these questions or some of the things that are being said. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Give us an example, Hank, because we get all kind of stuff thrown at us. So give me an example.
So when y'all was talking about a man about sex and how wet the putty is and all that, you know, that's probably really inappropriate, right? I mean, I don't see ladies acting like that, carrying on like that, and asking questions like that, and talking like that. Now, maybe y'all do in y'all little circles, and I'm not privy to y'all circles, right? But I wouldn't think something on a platform like this that they would act like it, talk like this, and carry on. Not women who are classy. Now,
but we're allowed to ask anything.
No, you're correct. You're allowed to ask it, but you don't. Do you think it's really appropriate, though, Keisha?
No.
I just gave you an example. What's one of the questions I asked? Do you think that's appropriate? So if I start asking you, how does dick feel, Keisha? Would you be okay with that?
I mean, no.
I'm sorry. No, you wouldn't. So that's what I'm talking about. I forgive you, man. Go ahead, love.
It was so yeah. That you noted, if you noted a difference. Again, I've never seen this energy from you, and I wanted to know why. But you answered my question. That was a direct answer to my question. You were offended by the questions that Ashley asked Hank Deasy. And
no, she wasn't the only one. She was just it was one of many. No, but I understand what you mean, love.
Yeah, I'm just because again, you came up kind of different. I want to know what the impetus was to that, but you answered. I appreciate that. So now that we've gotten that clear, did you answer my question? Can you answer directly now? How are you going to keep this new marriage fresh and productive or whatever?
I thought I did answer that directly. You don't think I did?
The answer you gave was so watching shows like this, and thank God we're not here. But again, you watched POV before, Hink, right? It's me and you talking right now, Hink.
I'm not just talking about love. I'm just not talking about just this show, but other shows. This whole atmosphere, the way things are going on some of these channels, and hearing some of these ladies and these gentlemen's complaints and issues, I'm like, having conversations with my lady. Maybe what would you do in this situation? I would use, if I was a young man, I would use some of these questions I'm hearing are as a form of vetting, asking these questions to these ladies. If you was in this situation, how would you handle it? And that's what we do. We play little games like that. Like, if you was in a situation like that, how would you handle it? And then it'll remind us how blessed we have it. And we don't have them same issues. We don't have them same problems. We not over crying and fighting, going at each other about money. Whose turn it is? I need to shake you down for half the grocery bill. We're not doing that.
So Hink,
we having a wholesome conversation, talking about issues that we need to talk about. We address things that we need to address. We are engaging by going out, making sure we spending quality time. If you notice, I don't come up here on these weekends. I dedicate my weekends to spending time not only with my family but with my lady. So I don't come on shows on Saturday. That's dedicated to my lady to make sure she gets her quality. Yes, ma'am.
Got you. Okay, so quality time is how you're gonna keep it fresh.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Because
I try to limit my time on social media because at the end of the day, y'all not gonna make me happy like that. My lady's gonna make me happy, so I'm gonna spend my time being happy with her and hanging out with some of you hard ankles and you tenderfoots. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you. So, but the thing about it, I want to make sure comparison, because I think that comparing someone saying we're not as bad as them makes us happy. I don't know if that's necessarily healthy or not, but you did answer it eventually. Quality time, making sure she knows that she's important to you. That's how you're going to keep it fresh. making sure that you take her out on dates. Like, that's not what I'm piecing it together for you because you took a couple of shots in answer your question. And again, this is totally different from you. So it's interesting, and everyone has different facets. So gotcha.
Yes.
Ladies, are there any other questions for Hink?
I do. Hink.
So let me hold on, Keisha. Let me explain. Gwen, a hard ankle is a man, a tenderfoot is a woman. So that's what that means.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, Keisha. You're able to ask a question now, ma'am.
Yeah. So, what was your favorite movie when you were growing up?
My favorite movie when I was growing up?
Mm-hmm.
My favorite movie when I was growing up was a movie called Outlaw Josie Wells with Clint Eastwood and Gene Hackman.
Okay.
You ever seen it?
Okay. No, but I know who Clint Eastwood is.
It's a pretty good old Western movie made back in the early 70s.
Oh, you're a Western guy. Okay.
No, not necessarily a Western guy, but that was one of my favorite movies because of why my great grandfather loves Western shows. So that was the opportunity to spend quality time with him by watching old Western movies, and so that's what we did. That was our way to bond.
Okay. So my next question is: has anyone ever, as far as your relationships with women, have they ever had an issue with your action figures, so to speak, and that sort of thing? Is that like, or what is that behind you? Are those cards, or what are those?
Oh my god!
Are there cards and action figures?
I think they're collectibles.
Oh, they're collectibles. Has
Yeah.
any woman ever?
Well, first of all, I don't have cards right now. What I have behind me, I have the Snoop Dogg album behind me. It's called Doggy Style. 30 years ago, this month, it came out. It was released. I have 5 Funko Pops behind me. All of them Snoop Dogg. I have other Funko Pops behind me. I have other action figures.
From the question.
No, I'm not, ma'am. I'm not. I'm asking. Somebody asked what they was. So I'm trying to explain to you what they was. I'm trying to help you out. So your question was, Keisha, does she have a problem with them? That's what you said, right? That was your question?
No, has any woman you've ever dated had a problem with them or wanted to talk to or interested in?
Them other ladies don't matter. The only one that matters is the one I have right now. So currently the one I have, she loves it. She partakes in it. Matter of fact, I can show a few of them that she bought me as a Christmas gift. Would you like to see them?
No.
Okay. So no, she doesn't have a problem with them. She goes action figure and / Funko and the convention shopping with me. Okay. Matter of fact, I turned her on to somebody. So now she's collecting certain things. Matter of fact, her daughter's doing the same, and her other kids. Yes. So I guess I got an addictive type personality if you ever get to know me, Keisha.
Hink, how do you know?
No, never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, you had a question, Keisha? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead. You had a question?
Yes, Keisha got plenty of questions for me.
Yeah, I got plenty. Does that addictive personality you have cause issues in your relationships or your relationships in the past?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Because I make sure I keep it respectful, right? So that's the whole thing, and it's all about boundaries, right? You got to make sure you have boundaries.
Okay.
So me and my lady's good, so she knows, she knows the boundaries. I don't try to cross them boundaries. I respect her and I love her, and I don't try to cross them boundaries. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
so,
and I have another question.
I know you do.
What's your deepest fear?
My what?
Your deepest fear. What do you fear most?
My deepest fear is being broke again.
Okay,
I've been broke.
Snakes or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm not scared of snakes and spiders and bugs or rats, whatever other little thing. I'm not worried about death because it's we're all going to meet that day someday. So I make sure I prepare, and my kids are well taken care of, and so will my wife. So that's not a problem.
What about being tortured?
Nah, I'm not worried about being tortured because it's going to probably more than likely turn to death. So it is what it is. Long as my wife and my kids are taken care of, I'm good. So I make proper decisions, proper investments, and I got things in order for that to happen. So yeah. So my fear is of being broke. I was broke at one time in my life. I never want to go back. So right on.
Mm-hmm.
Shit like that. Shit like that.
I guess.
Yeah, I know you are.